that all of us have struggles in life. There are no exceptions, he says. He said it might be cancer, it might be divorce, it may be financial hardship, it may be loneliness. All of us struggle with something. And the question is, what do we do when our life falls apart? What do we do when the answers that we keep on giving and we keep on hearing don't work for us anymore? As a pastor, he tells a story of how there were those who would come around, Christians, might even have been one of us, grabbed him by the hands and began to lead him into a healing prayer. So we believe by faith that God is going to heal you instantly. He said, maybe it was because I was cynical. Maybe it was because I had already received the information and the knowledge that no one has ever been healed. They don't even know what causes this disease. So he says, as these believers in Christ grabbed my hand and began naming how Jesus was going to heal me, he says, I struggled with that. Pastor for 18 years. But I'm struggling to believe, as he said, they were squeezing my hand. He said they must have believed that the harder they squeezed my hand. You ever find somebody like that? Said they must have believed the louder that they screamed, the more God would hear. But he says, as they squeezed my hand and they yelled and they said, you are healed, you are healed. I knew that my body was failing me. He talks about how after he retired from his church, he left his evangelical church and went to an African-American church down the road. And he said there he learned. He said, I learned something about the black church that I never had understood before in all of my training and all of my seminary and all of my years. He said, I've never seen a church where they prayed over everything. He said, even the little kids, they pray. He said, it might sound strange to some, but I've never heard of somebody thanking God just for another day. He said, our church, we didn't do it like that. But he said, I went to this black church, this large mega church, African-American church, right down the road from my house, and they prayed over everything. He said, so I went home that day, and I started praying over everything. He said, I opened up my drawer. I said, I looked at every sock, and I said, thank you, God. One sock after another sock. He said, I looked at my shoes, and I prayed over every shoe, and I said, thank you, God. He said, I looked at my underwear. I prayed over every pair of underwear. And I said, thank you, Lord. I prayed over every shoelace. I opened up my cabinet. I prayed over every box of cereal. And I said, thank you, Lord. See, we don't know what it's like to lose everything. But here is a man standing in front of the darkness. And he said, I learned to thank God. Said the Bible tells me, said Christians were telling me, other friends were telling me that I'm supposed to be thankful for everything. And he said I had to go back and realize I'm not thankful this morning that I've got some financial issues. I'm thankful in everything. I'm challenging, I'm encouraging you this morning to find thankfulness in everything. No, you're not thankful about that diagnosis. You're not thankful that your phone has stopped ringing. You're not thankful that you've been shunned and people have turned their backs on you. You're not thankful for it. You're not thankful that there's a pain in your heart that no one seems to be able to understand. But in everything, give thanks. Can't feed myself anymore, he said, but I'm thankful. I had to switch from being right-handed to being left-handed, but I'm thankful. He said, I can't even write anymore. I have to speak into a machine to communicate my ideas and my thoughts, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful that God gave me a wife. I'm thankful that God has kept me for all these years. I'm thankful for my children who he's allowed me to keep longer than the doctor's diagnosis. I've seen them graduate from high school. Not only have I seen them graduate from high school, I have also seen them graduate from college. And I'm thankful right here where I